Hey everyone, it's Burgandy and welcome back to my channel. So recently I posted a video about, or I did a tag called my favorite top 10 favorite films, something to that. And in it I said that I was going to exclude any Disney movies because I am a big fan of Disney. Say what you will about that. I just wanted to make a list of just Disney films just because I love so many of them. And clearly, if you didn't know that I like Disney, you have not been paying attention to my background. Because, Belle's everywhere. Let's get into this. No particular order. These are just what came to my mind. One, clearly, Beauty and the Beast. I have always been a big fan of Beauty and the Beast. I've always just, something about Belle has always gotten to me, and I relate with her more now than I did when I was little, because I hated everything at one point. But now I love her, and I love her adventurous spirit, which is also what I have common with my number 2 film, which is The Little Mermaid. I genuinely enjoy the princesses that are more adventurous than the others. I like the ones that are like, I want to go and explore and see the new, and they're my favorites. So, but I do love Little Mermaid, and I know almost every word to Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid, songs and all. Also, I have met both of them at Disney, which was strangely a moment. It was like one of those meme moments, like, you know they're not really them, but it's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It was one of those moments. Number 3, I have Pocahontas, which was a movie I watched over and over when I was a kid, and I wanted to be Pocahontas so badly. I loved her, and I loved Miko. Miko was probably my favorite side character for the longest time. I loved Miko. Just Around the River Band, probably one of my favorite songs from that movie. It's in my top song list. I could make a list just off that. 4 is Big Hero 6, and I love Baymax. I do. I love Baymax. I got to meet him at Disney too. I love the story of this kid who like builds and creates things, and like the story of his brother and Baymax. And it's one of those movies that I watch and like immediately afterwards I want to like do something. I want to like help someone. I want to make something. It just makes me feel creative. 5, back to my princesses that are amazing. Mulan. Love Mulan. Mulan's the princess I remember obsessing with the most. I don't know if it was all in a long time or like a couple of years or just one, but I remember obsessing over her the most. I had the doll. I had the armor costume because I was her for Halloween. I had the movie. I had the musical soundtrack, and then I had the, like, lyrical soundtracks. And then I had Christy Yamaguchi. She did a ice skating routine to the songs from the movie. And my grandmother recorded it for me, and I just remember watching that over and over and over. Also, when I was that age, I really wanted to be an ice skater. But when you live in Texas, that's hard. So I remember that. I remember making my parents listen to it in the truck when we go on long trips. They're the MVPs here. They helped this. Next is the Aristocats, which I don't know how to describe them. Aristocats is actually one of my mom's favorite films, Disney films, and I just love it, and I can like that just comes to my mind. That one and Scales in Your Arpeggios. Those two come to mind. I just love it. I love Marie, and I love Toulouse, and I love the other one whose name I can never remember, and Thomas O'Malley. Oh, gosh, it's so good. Speaking of a cat movie, my next movie is Oliver and Company, which I also loved. I had Oliver and Company on cassette that was like, it like told the story, and I would go to sleep to it. I like vividly remember that. It is such a good movie. And I thought Oliver was the cutest little orange kitten ever. I went through those VHSs like crazy. Number 8 is Hercules, which is completely historically inaccurate, but I don't care because it's an amazing story. I just love it. My favorite Disney song, like hands down, is Go the Distance. Every time, I get chills every time. I want a Disney tattoo, and I want it to be a lightning bolt for that song. And so one day. Also, Meg. I loved Meg because I loved how, like, she didn't take crap. I liked Hercules a lot. He was probably one of my first animated crushes. Next is Toy Story, which Toy Story is one of the first Disney movies I can recall watching. I remember having the not DVD, the VHS, and I remember watching it over and over. That movie taught me how to spell toy. If you know the movie, you know the part where he's like, "You are a toy! You are a T-O-Y, toy!" I really enjoyed Toy Story, and it's also a movie that my parents also loved, so it was a good one for, like, the family. The last one to round out my top 10 favorite Disney movies is the Goofy movie. Another one that I just love. I love Max. Even though, like, looking back at the movie now, he was a bit of a jerk to his dad, but at the time it was so good. I still think it's good, and I love the Powerline songs, like at the beginning and the end. Those Powerline songs, they're great. So those are my top 10 favorite Disney movies. I tried not to put a lot of newer movies in because I feel like it takes me a little bit for it to become like a staple favorite and not just like a new favorite, you know? Do you like any of these movies, or what are some of your favorites that I didn't mention? Like and subscribe if you would like. If you would like, I'm not forcing anything. As well, you can follow me on all of my social media. It's all down there in the link, where it always is. But anyways, until next time. Bye, guys. What should I wear? What should I get?